To be Alabama, and what do we got after that? And sure enough, Missouri ended up winning that game. Remember last time we saw this Georgia-Kentucky matchup, right? Who won?
You calling a close one?
It was Georgia.
Calling a close one?
I'm calling Kentucky big time at this game. But I'm always wrong, right? Kevin Fitzgerald, Dane Bradshaw on the call. See you at half. Enjoy.
Welcome to Lexington. Snow-capped Lexington. Nearly 10 inches of snow fell here just a couple of days ago. You think that's going to stop BBN from watching their Wildcats? I don't think so. Georgia in town to take on Kentucky. Flash it back to a year ago. These two teams met in January. Georgia, with 1.3 left, pulled the upset. P.J. Horn with that last-second bucket to take down Kentucky inside the state. Xavier Wheeler, the former Georgia Bulldog, was pretty good in that game. He's now the Wildcat. We'll get to him in just a second with Dane Bradshaw, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. So here's the update. Xavier Wheeler, the anticipated rematch or return against his former team, will have to hold off here. He's out with a neck injury. That means Ty Washington. He's got to step up.
Yeah, Ty Washington's done a great job at the off-guard position. I mean, he's been able to ride shotgun this season. Now they give him the keys to the car. Now he's got new responsibilities. He's got to get the team where they're going, go the speed limit, make sure everybody's buckled up. You got to spread the wealth. Make sure the kids in the back are quiet. Give them some pirate booty Cheez-Its, shut them up, and get the win.
Sounds like you've got experience in all of that.
Yeah, get the DVD player going, get the Netflix subscription, download whatever you got. But 3 and white, plenty capable to run the show for the Wildcats.
He is one of the better freshman guards in the nation. That's Ty Washington. And so we are underway inside Rupp Arena. Oscar Tshiebwe offline on the first look for the Wildcats. Here is the Georgia starting 5. Aaron Cook, number 10 in the red. He is the 6th-year point guard, runs the show for Tom Crean's offense this year. There's Braylon Bridges, Georgia's leading scorer. Watch that one go down and pop out. And so there is Ty. He has started every game he's played this year. Dane, his numbers are impressive. He can score. He's a good distributor. Plays so well in the flow of the game, as John Calipari has said all year. Here he is on the pull-up. That's good.
He's so smooth, such a maturity and great pace to his game. Never gets too sped up. That'll be key in this transition right now at point guard.
He goes for about 13 and a half a game. And yes, what Kentucky is missing is its engine. As John Calipari says about Xavier Wheeler, he is 3rd in the nation in terms of assists per game. He goes for about 10 points a night. And Kentucky without him today against his former team. Here's Cook. This is a deep 3 late in the shot clock.
They've got to make some of those. I mean, the difference between winning and losing for Georgia, a lot of it can be drawn to the 3-point line. That's a tough one, but you got to make those on the road.
Just 31% as a team. That's near the bottom of the SEC, but some of Tom Crean's best teams, they can shoot it from deep. Including this man, Noah Bauman. The transfer from Southern Cal is lethal of late from downtown. There's Cario Oquindo, very assertive guard. He loves getting into the paint. Couldn't get that to drop.
A great defense by Toppin, who's getting the start as well tonight. Toppin, such an energy guy, guarding Georgia's most athletic perimeter player.
Yeah, Dane, his first start of the year, he's earned his minutes, coming off maybe his best game against LSU. There's Cook once more.
Well, and Cook not scared to be in this arena. He actually played here while at Southern Illinois in 2018. When he's at Ashton, Hagen's bothering him as a young kid. He's not scared of anything. Experience helps.
Here's the other reunion. Dane Bradshaw and Aaron Cook back inside Rupp Arena once more. Here's Tshiebwe. That one bounces out. Both teams coming off just arduous defeats on Tuesday. Georgia nearly mounted the comeback against Texas A&M. They were down 17, took a lead with just a few seconds left, only to lose on a near buzzer beater. This is Cook with the leaner, and he banks it in. So 7 points for the veteran Dane. playing it as 147th career game.
And some of the craziness we've seen in the SEC today, it's been the quick start, something Georgia has not had much of this year, coming at the perfect time.
Boy, much better start. You can see the 5-point advantage for the Dogs inside Rupp Arena. Kellen Grady, no. There's the Hall of Famer. Closing in on 800 wins. You see the win percentage at Kentucky, winning nearly 80% of his games. Boy, he and his counterpart tonight, Dane, Tom Crean, they go way back. They've been coaching for a long time. Between them, they've got almost 1,200 wins. That's a lot.
Yeah, those guys have seen a lot of ball.
That's a first foul on Washington.
The foul is on Washington. That's his first and the team's first.
22nd year now for Tom Crean as a head man. The last 4 at Georgia. And you see the record. It's a dubious start to the year, 5-9. But he mentioned after the near comeback win on Tuesday, he is not surprised by his team's performance in that second half. They are capable. So many newcomers. They're trying to just blend it together with SEC play upon us. Deep post catch that time for Tshiebwe. Kick it out to Davion Mintz, who just checked in. He's an aggressive scorer when he's in the paint.
And they're such a good inside-out team. Whether Tshiebwe gets the shot or not, you get that paint touch. It's a Kentucky team capable from 3, but most dangerous from 2.
Well, exactly. That's what Tom Crean outlined. You got to be careful when they start attacking inside that 3-point line. Bridges goes for about 13 a game. Trying to go to work on Tshiebwe. Smothered. Owen Short says jump ball. Possession arrow favors Georgia. They got it when we return. Nice start for the Bulldogs, but look out for this menace in the paint.
Yeah, Bridges a very efficient player, but I don't know that he's gone up against a guy like Tshiebwe before. That time, 34 gets the edge.
Was a grueling battle down in Baton Rouge on Tuesday for Kentucky. Dane, this was just, what, 4 minutes into the game? Matter of fact, about 3 minutes and change. There's that hard Efton Reed screen that Xavier Wheeler ran into. You can see fuzzy just moments after getting up. He didn't play another minute in that game. Kentucky eventually fell on the road. Final score 65-60. So he was day-to-day leading up to this one. Neck injury was the problem after the screen, and Dane, matter of fact, yes, he is out. His status remains to be day-to-day. You see what Kentucky is without today against his former team. Xavier Wheeler spending the last 2 years in Athens.
Yeah, and it changed the game. And then when Ty Washington went out later in the game as well for a few minutes, you just saw the importance of the point guard position. And while Oscar Tshiebwe, no doubt, has been the MVP of this Kentucky team, you could very well make the case that Xavier Wheeler is the most important, especially against a team like LSU, that's the top defensive team in the country, where you got to have somebody creating for others, which he does so well.
What did John Calipari say the other day? He's the engine of this whole thing. This offense, which is, by the way, the top scoring offense in the SEC. Pretty vexing defense as well. They forced the shot clock violation. Here was pregame. Here's the interaction between player and former coach. A quick interaction.
You know, we saw that live, and for a second I was caught off guard. The more I thought about it, though, like, look, that's a breakup. You know, you're going into a party, you know your ex is about to be there, you're going to be professional, mature about it.
There's Tshiebwe. Look, it can get a little icy.
Kevin Fitzgerald, you got like 17 exes around. I mean, you get yourself around quite a bit. Maybe they're all not quite as friendly there, but professional. And that's the state of the game now. I mean, it's the first time we've ever seen an intra-conference transfer where a star player is immediately playing for quote-unquote a rival school.
Bowman switches to 3, and Dane, look, the seismic landscape shifting changes this past summer allowed for a number of those intra-conference transfers, really for the first time, so it is a little unprecedented in a sense.
Yeah, and some schools came out better than others. Everybody's got some transfers, and everybody filled their roster, but some are better off and some aren't.
Washington tried to cut off Cook. Here's Bridges, pretty nimble around the rim. That one drops through. That's Braylon Bridges, the redshirt senior from Atlanta.
How impressive is this start for a team coming off heartbreak? Not had anything go right from all season long. Here they are in Rupp Arena, throwing the first, second, and third punches early in this game.
Exactly what Georgia needed. So expect more Washington and Mintz at the point. Maybe Grady as well. You can expect plenty of touches inside for Oscar Tshiebwe. That's Kentucky's leading scorer.
Tshiebwe's just so good. I mean, that is fundamental basketball. You catch it high, you keep it high, you go up for the easy two.
Keon Brooks pings that one off the backboard. Washington in a hurry, count it! And he's at the line.
Well, they're not going to lose much speed at the point guard spot with Ty Washington. He gets it up the court in a flurry. Good body control. Again, we see his pace throughout the game. We see it on the mid-range shot, but even there, doesn't get sped up, doesn't lose control of his body, takes the bump, puts it up and in there. Really cool, calm, collected kid.
Well, you just saw those numbers bottom right. These are really impressive statistics for a freshman. He's a 5-star, ESPN 100. Field goal percentage close to 50%, better than 40% from the three-point line. The silent assassin, as they say.
Yeah, well, he can't be silent anymore, as Coach Cal said. He said, look, you're going to have the ball in your hand 75% of the time now. But he was a willing passer already, 4 assists per game, so he makes the right read. All that helping him having a good start early at the point guard spot. Oh,
look at Grady. It's a pick 6. Grady. 7-0 Kentucky run in just over a minute. That was quick. And the Wildcats claimed their first lead. Tyron McMillan into the game. He just set the screen for Cook. He's rolling. They can't get it to him. There's Jabri Abdur-Rahim. Late in the shot clock. Threw it away. The turnover. Jackson Etter swipes it back. Oh, Cook maybe had an opportunity for a lay-in. He'll take 3. And Noah Bauman has 2 triples.
I love the decision. You give up the contested 2 to an open 3. Best three-point shooter on your team.
All thanks to the steal. Etter got that run out started. Boy, Bauman has ignited of late. 19 on Tuesday against Texas A&M, and he is hunting his shot more than he has previously this year.
Georgia's got to be careful, though. Kentucky intentionally trapping a little bit, pressing some to get the tempo their way.
Oh, Tshiebwe, how about that pass? Perfectly placed from Washington.
You want to know why he shoots better than 60% from the field. It's that right there. He gets terrific angles, terrific looks, and Coach Cal puts him in an awesome position for success with some set plays.
So Ty Washington, 5 points, but 3 assists. No turnovers, 8 minutes in. Abdur-Rahim. He tried to, in a scramble, tap it to McMillan. He wasn't expecting that. And all of a sudden, Kentucky, 4 of its last 4 from the field on a little bit of a run. We're knotted up, 15 up.
Well, here you go to Tshiebwe. Just gets that perfect angle. Nice bounce pass by Ty Washington. Coach, I got you. Want to play me a little point guard? No problem. Assist to turnover ratio looking up. Ty Washington.
$15 up, first half. I think Will Levis would have a problem with that banana suit. You think he's got like a brown banana suit, by the way?
If he did, our own Alyssa Lang would have already taken a big bite out of it.
All right, next Saturday.
Went viral with the sideline reporting.
Hey, you know what's better than a triple header? Quadruple header. That's next Saturday, SEC Network. These are the 2 in the nightcap. Alabama, Mississippi State, that's at 6. Auburn, Ole Miss, and Jabari Smith on tap at 8:30, also streaming live on the app.
Yeah.
Do we have it at the concession stands? Is it branded here? We got Will Levis brown spotted bananas. That wasn't even spotted, it was just a brown banana. Kentucky quarterback.
He's got a lot of support here and a huge following on it. I was going to say, get back to basketball with the quadruple header.
I think our director, Dennis Laney, is a follower as well.
That's right. But coming into conference play, you felt like this league was a little bit top-heavy. Well, then what happens? Missouri beats Alabama.
Yep.
A&M now 2-0. Arkansas 0-3. I mean, those are things you did not see coming 2 weeks ago. So the depth and balance of this league, I think, has at least caught me a little bit by surprise. Knew what the top 6 or so teams had, but others are catching up.
I think it illustrates the strength of the league. And right now, Dane, doesn't it feel like, look, we're still in early January. We got 2 months left in this regular season. You've got about 10 or 11 teams that legitimately have chances to reach the tournament. Now, things are going to shake out the way they certainly will, but just illustrates the depth, doesn't it?
The quality win opportunities.
Yep.
I mean, you look at somebody like Vanderbilt, who lost one today against South Carolina, but they have a chance to go on the road and won that at Bud Walton Arena. Then they get Kentucky at home. Gone are the days where it's just Kentucky, Florida as your best win opportunities in the SEC. Many more than just that.
Cheers to Konzo Martin. His short-handed Tigers take down Alabama. Tshiebwe underneath, draws a crowd, and that's knocked out. Kentucky, meanwhile, Dane, on a 12-3 run after falling behind early. He's a menace, isn't he? 15 points a game, 15 rebounds a game, the nation's leader.
Well, if you front them, they'll lob it over the top like they did just there. If you stay behind him, he's got an advantage. And if you three-quarter front,
he does that too.
Yeah.
Fling it out, Mintz. Bryce Hopkins into the game. Mintz wants it and puts it in. Davion Mintz now with 5. Tom Crean goes to the bench. This is Christian Wright. He's going to initiate the offense. Georgia short-handed once again. Keep in mind, no Cam McDowell, Dalen Original. They both missed their second straight games. That is, or are, reliable bench players. They're unavailable. Backcourt violation.
Well, and with that, Georgia's got to get Cario Oquindo involved. I mean, he averages 12 points a game, just 0 for 1. That's 3 in red. He's one of their most athletic players. And when you're short-handed, others have to step up, especially on the road.
And then there's Jalen Ingram. Remember, beyond just McDowell and Original, P.J. Horn, the one starter back from a year ago, lost in the preseason. Jalen Ingram, their physical rebounder, and a starter earlier this year. He's been out since December 7th, season-ending injury. It is brutal.
Yeah.
Here's Grady, the deadly shooter. A little cold to start. Now 1 of 5 from the field. And here's Oquindo with that right hand. That's where you want him to go. He lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Kentucky.
I like it, though. I mean, he's a guy that'll force the issue some. I like the aggressiveness. Georgia's got to find a way to keep this game slowed down in the half court, which means get yourself to the free throw line as well.
Washington checks back in. What a great start for the freshman. 5 points, 3 assists, no turnovers. The de facto replacement, if you will, for Xavier Wheeler. He's out today with the neck injury. 5 seconds to shoot. Oquindo launches. He's a little better at the rim than from deep. Mintz with his eyes up. Oh, just a little confusion. Brooks went that way. Washington threw it the other way. Georgia led by 6, came out of the chute fast, but since a 12-3 Kentucky run. Oh, here's Bryce Hopkins. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on Georgia. Jabri Abdur-Rahim assessed his first personal.
Well, and that's what Hopkins can bring to the table. Not overly physical in that one, but jump in the passing lane. Coach Cal wants him to kind of be the car wreck. Now he's got to find the balance of being the car wreck and being reckless. But as Kentucky starts to get a feel, once Wheeler's back, start trimming that 8-man rotation as the season goes on, he's a guy that's got an opportunity to solidify himself with that type of play. And as the Kentucky fans at home say, what about Shaedon Sharpe? We'll get to him later.
You've been all over. You've had Shaedon Sharpe watch here all week. There's Wheeler. There he is. There is the top player in the class of 2022. Although he's done with high school.
Yep.
Now he's out. He's enrolled. He's part of the team.
No plans to play him yet. No plans to not play him either.
Just a sweet runner that time by tie Washington. Well, what's the plan for Sharp?
You know, they're going to see if he can get back in shape. Shouldn't say get back in shape, but get into elite shape.
Yep.
And
there's Abdur Rahim. Nice hit.
You know, timing's tough because, you know, could it happen within a month? Is he ready to play in a month? Because you don't want to bring him in too late and mess up the chemistry, but you want to also give him enough time to get in shape, learn the offense and everything else. If I was a betting man, I'd say early February. If it's not done by then maybe you forget about it. But from what we've seen, to me, it's tough to say he doesn't have a chance to be in your top 8 by early to mid-February.
This is my part-time odds maker partner here, Dave Bradshaw.
Look, if I'm 6, 7, 8, 9 man, especially a perimeter player, it lights a fire under your butt a little bit and say, all right, coach always said the people that are going to play are going to defend and rebound. Time for me to start making some glue guy type plays.
Tshiebwe tipped it, but right to Oquindo. He is a blur, and yep, that's a blocking foul. Count it. Oquindo at the line.
Nice job by Oquindo here. When the defender's backpedaling, you just keep going at him. Avoids the charge just enough. Gets the and one, and all of a sudden, Georgia tied up. A little bit of a surprise here so far in Rupp Arena.
Yes, we do. 20 up, 7:50 to go. In this one, did we get was that a Key and Peele reference by Peter Burns? I think that's what that was.
You would know better than me. All I heard was Kennedy Chandler and Fudge with the dunk. I couldn't see it, but I could hear it. Yeah, Tennessee's team, you know, trying to find itself offensively. They've had some phenomenal games, including that big non-conference win against Arizona.
That was huge,
and unfortunately, for their sake, we're able to pull off the win against a feisty Ole Miss team. But their three-point shooting can just really come and go throughout the course of a game. Tall tax against nation's #1 defense, LSU, right now for the Vols.
So Georgia with the 1-point lead over Kentucky. Remember, we showed you earlier, the Bulldogs defeated Kentucky a season ago, last January. Last time Georgia toppled Kentucky in back-to-back games was 18 years ago. It's been a little while. Davion Mintz gives the home team the lead.
Well, and I like the call by Georgia to mix in some zone to try to slow Kentucky down. However, I don't like it with this Kentucky personnel because you got 3 of the best shooters on their team right now on the perimeter in Grady, Washington, and Mintz.
Oquindo with the answer. Now has 5, coming off a 21-point game on Tuesday. Cook deflects that Toppin pass. Washington to Tshiebwe. That one rolls through from 15. Three ties, 6 lead changes in the first half. Competitive one to start. Oquindo started to back away as if that one was going to fall through. Looked good. By the way, I think the fire alarms are going off inside Rupp Arena. There's a layup. And now they have subsided, luckily. Caused a moment of confusion inside the arena.
Folks would have thought we were working from home today. The house alarm going off.
Yeah.
That's compliments of Rupp Arena right there.
Yeah, well done. 4-point lead for Kentucky. This is Cook, and Mintz whistled for his second foul.
The foul is on Mintz. That's his second and the team's third. Cook at the line for 2. Checking in for Kentucky is Bryce Hopkins. Coming out is Mintz.
Kevin, you could see Coach Cal animated, and he's got a cheat sheet on the side of the scoreboard when he needs to know what ref to call out across the court. I don't blame him. It's like the TV media roster. if you're going to complain to somebody, make it a personal complaint. Address them by their first name.
Correct. You score some major points that way. He knows my name. Hey, cheers.
And you still didn't get the call.
There's Toppin. Yeah, well done, Steve Angel, who's on camera 5. Now that one. So back and forth we go.
What a huge 5 minutes here for Georgia. They've played such a good first half. Just have to keep Kentucky at bay.
Bridges heading to the line. Well, and what has been most impressive so far about how Georgia has played the first 15 minutes or so?
I don't think their defense has necessarily been flawless, but their offense has been way more efficient than we're accustomed to seeing. They're 50% from the field,
yep,
including 4 of 7 from 3. I mean, again, I look at the Tom Crean era and I look at some of the weaknesses they've had from deep, and it's really hurt them at times, and you can see what happens when they're making shots.
This is consecutive solid shooting days for Georgia, at least halfway through this one. As a team, they went 52% from the field against A&M. And you're right, now 5 of 5 from the line. There's Brooks. He gets blocked. Hopkins rather got blocked by Oquindo. The follow for Tshiebwe. And Kentucky's lead is back to 4. Boy, the guard going in there. Here's Bridges. Spins, stripped, and Hopkins caused this turnover. That's a charge.
And that's what I mean, Kevin. You know, forcing the car wreck but not being reckless. Hopkins has the perfect drive, draw, dish opportunity. You've got your best shooter over here on the wing. Kellen Grady spotting up. You just got a jump stop, get you an assist, 3 points for your team. In fairness, that's one of the best charge takers in the league. Number 11, Jackson Etter. 12 on the season coming into this game.
Yep. And he's got another. Cook aggressive, finds Bridges, and a confident stroke. That's through. 2-point game. Less than 5 to go in the first half. Toppin lost it. Bauman fouled.
Couple
and
really
another on
athletic plays.
Hopkins.
Excuse me, Oquindo gets his hand on the ball there against Toppin, and a couple plays before had the block. You know, 3 in red, really making an impact on both ends of the court. When we always look at the combine type stats for these Kentucky athletes, Oquindo could size up very well against the best of the best athletically.
For Kentucky, Keon Brooks releases.
SEC Now team coming your way later tonight. Wrapping up a full day of hoops, highlights, breakdown, interviews, maybe more Key and Peele references. 10:30 Eastern, right after Mississippi State, Ole Miss on the SEC Network. This is what Georgia has done well this season. Dane, they're now 7 of 7 at the line. They're the best in the SEC at getting to the free throw line. They get there quite a bit. Today they're cashing in. We got another tie score. Tshiebwe calling for it. Look at Jackson Etter. Fights for the loose basketball. Toppin a strong drive. Contact. And here comes Georgia the other way. Bounce pass to Bauman. On the reverse, and Georgia with a lead.
And that's why Jackson Etter gets so much playing time. I mean, he fights around a potential first-team All-American Tshiebwe to get the deflection, pushes the fast break, and the perfect bounce pass in transition. Here's your man, the real estate major. He's going to be fighting for that commission before he knows it. He's going to outsell everybody with that work ethic. Thanks, Pat. I'm always love it when I get compared to walk-ons. You know, I did have a scholarship.
I'm going to let you take that one, yeah.
Well, no, it is better. No, Jackson Etter's done it better than I have. I will say, back in my Tennessee days, fans might call on the radio or something. They'd say, hey, Dane, I want you to know you're such an inspiration to my son. I mean, he can't play a lick. He's slow as can be, but I just tell him, you look at Dane Bradshaw, you can do it. And I'd say, thanks. Thanks.
Got a lot of those backhanded compliments there. The problem is that person didn't
they
realize
wrong.
they were. Yeah,
they weren't wrong.
Didn't realize they were offending you either. Here's gives Ty Washington been a competitive first half. That's now 9 points for the 5-star freshman, one of the better freshman guards in the nation. Dane, he's distributed the ball, 5 assists, taken the reins from Xavier Wheeler. He's
Shows
out
you the
today.
confidence that.
Oh, this guy with the right hand, Cario Oquindo, a sophomore from Florida a year ago at Florida Southwestern State, always assertive and looking for his shot. He scores well at the rim, 63% in 2-point range. Here's Grady. He's better from 3-point range. The most accurate man from deep in the SEC.
Yeah, you can't give him that much space. Grady's asking for the matchup on Oquindo, taking it personal.
4 ties, 7 lead changes in the first half. Competitive one. Good no-look feed, and Bridges converts.
Well, Cook's been phenomenal in this first half. He scored Georgia's first 7 points, which is huge on the road at Rupp. Also one of the better distributors. Number 6 in the country in assists per game.
I think you nailed it earlier, partner. Just fluid, rhythmic offense on both sides. A lob, and Etter may get whistled for the reach that time. He does. He prevented Brooks from trying to nab that one. It's the first on Etter.
Checking back in for Kentucky is Toppin. Coming out is Allen.
Kevin, I know we've made a lot about Wheeler being out, but I think this first half is much more about what Georgia has done rather than what Kentucky hasn't or who they don't have on the court. This has been a very admirable effort from a Georgia team that, again, was heartbroken on that A&M buzzer beater loss to open up conference play.
Grady looking for back-to-back, won't draw. Oquindo. That time, Ty Washington, he used his instincts. That's a charge.
It's just that extra bit of speed that Ty Washington has that others don't. Not many players in the country can get back, get set, get in front of that athletic of a player. Terrific job by Ty Washington.
Oquindo, still a young player. Tomorrow, film room. Are you saying to Oquindo, hey, maybe go with that Euro step, left hand perhaps next time?
Typically pretty good with his footwork there too, but again, that's just a really good defensive play.
There's Brooks, caught underneath, kicks back out to Washington. Long 2, long rebound. Toppin got his hands on it. Now Tshiebwe. Oh boy, just threw to an empty spot. Washington found it. And Anthony Jordan says last touch by Georgia, and the bench is irate. Owen Short, or no, that was Rob Rourke and Anthony Jordan. They got together, reversed the call. It did look like the floater, or perhaps the pass to Tshiebwe, just floated over everybody.
Yeah, Georgia just kept fighting on that possession. It wasn't a thing of beauty, but when the defense would break down, they kept rotating over, swiping at the ball. Every time you thought Kentucky might have an easy 2 at the rim, Georgia found a way to get a deflection.
Here's Bauman, wants the 3. There's a strong board for Toppin. Final 2 minutes first half in Rupp. Keon Brooks steps into the mid-range. Georgia with a chance to extend its lead. 5 ties and 9 lead changes in 1 half. Georgia playing some inspired ball and operating efficiently on this end. Shooting 56% from the field. Cook off the screen, throws it up, rebound down to Tshiebwe. Minute to go. Tshiebwe hit this one earlier. And a similar rattle and down. He's got 12.
To be such a physical player, he has a gracefulness and soft touch that many physical guys just don't have.
6'9", 255 pounds, I should say a year and a half in West Virginia, transferred mid-year a season ago. And he has completely blossomed into one of the menaces of the SEC this year. Washington cuts off Cook. Got to give it up. Oquindo, that is just a deep 3. And Tshiebwe comes down with his 10th rebound. A double-double in the first half. That's a charge.
I think they're going to give him the block.
Pardon me, blocking foul. That's the 7th on Georgia. So
I wasn't sure. I
coming
just knew
from
the crowd
Kentucky.
didn't react to it as if it was a charge. I think if they would have called a charge here, you would have heard a lot more boos on that one. So Keon Brooks does a good job sidestepping. Boy, both these teams have competed, played hard, taking charges, diving on the floor. It's been a fun first half.
Now 8 seconds. Brooks from 15, got it. And the first half closes with Kentucky ahead by 3. Wow, 5 ties, 10 lead changes. Both of these teams shot better than 50% from the field. High-level first half. Let's go to the studio in Charlotte. Welcome back inside Rupp Arena. Glad you're with us with Dane Bradshaw, former Vols captain Kevin Fitzgerald with you. Competitive first half. Georgia hasn't beaten Kentucky in this building in 13 years. They played pretty well. But who also had a great first half? Ty Washington. So let's take a look at our all-state celebration moment, Dane. Let's celebrate Ty's play. How good was he?
Yeah, feeling in for Wheeler. Your coach tells you, hey, Ty, look for your shot still. Got you, coach. Hey, pushing in transition, Ty. No problem. Got you, coach. Hey, don't forget, I need you to run the pick and roll to perfection like a primary point guard. Got you, coach. I thought Ty Washington was perfect in that first half on the offensive end. And the stats show it. 9 points, efficient from the field as he always been. And then the big key there, 6 assists, 1 turnover, handling primary point guard duties.
Impressive stats. Those are our first half stats brought to you by Continental Tire. Boy, it's so smooth. He is a smooth operator. Lets the game come to him. Doesn't hunt his shot, but still scores efficiently. I think the 6 assists, 1 turnover is most impressive. His defense as well as just a young freshman. Boy, he's smooth.
But Kevin, how spoiled are we that Oscar Tshiebwe has 12 points and 10 rebounds in the first half?
Right.
And we bypass him on the highlight package.
He gets bumped.
We're not taking you for granted, Tshiebwe. It's just the story right now is the point guard play.
Boy, he gets edited out of the whole highlight pack there. There's Ty right on cue, now into double figures for the 11th time this year. John Calipari referenced an interesting similarity in a sense. A couple of his former players. That was a wild layup that time from O'Quindo. Remember what Tyrese Maxey, oh, look at this, Keon Brooks! The hammer, and Kentucky out to a 7-point lead.
You're talking about pushing in transition, an advanced pass, 1 dribble if I'm not mistaken. Whew.
Now it's Eder for 3 on this end. That's good.
Well, that's a huge 3 right there. Crowd into it. You don't come out very sharp in the second half. Big 3 there to keep Georgia within striking distance.
And the Bulldogs 5 of 10 from deep. Much better shooting from beyond the arc than they have done at times this year. And this game was very close throughout the first half. Neither team led by more than 6. Tshiebwe with the hook shot. Couldn't get it to go off the glass.
I think that's your best bet if you're a defender. It's pick your poison, but I would play behind, make them shoot over you instead of any angles.
Oh, and Aaron Cook, the last time he was in this building, went for 18. He was playing for Southern Illinois at the time. And now into double figures with 11. Tshiebwe with the left hand, foul by Bridges.
It's a tough thing. If you play in front of Tshiebwe, they have plenty of sets to throw it over the top. If you 3-quarter front him, he gets a good angle. But if you give him that, play behind him, they're going to dump it down to him all day long. He gets more touches. Such a difficult cover. Their offense really runs through the big man down low.
You see his dexterity. It's a nice fresh kicks, by the way, Ty Washington.
Gone are the days when it was team shoes. I mean, that's how old I am. It was standard definition and team shoes. Everybody wore the same one, and you were excited when they came in.
You got to allow for the creativity, right? It's like a like a painting of shoes out there, various colors, and I like it. Here's Cook with the floater. Anthony Jordan says, help me out, and Rob Rourke says, Kentucky ball. Kentucky has played Georgia 157 times. They've won 83% of those games. That's staggering. Well, they didn't win the latest. That was last January when Georgia won in Athens. Washington slips to the rack. And Georgia is trying to make it back-to-back wins against Kentucky. Maybe a season-altering spark inside Rupp Arena. It's a 6-point game. Bridges waits for Eder to cut out of the paint and scores it. Left hand that time for Braylon Bridges.
Yeah, you got to try to make him go over that right shoulder.
Tshiebwe just waiting for that pass and the two-hand flush. (16-11).
And just the degree of difficulty is not there on Kentucky's shots in this second half. It is dunk, dunk, layup. Georgia's got to show more resistance on that end. Try to get Bridges down low if you're Georgia, but Kentucky, again, try to force him to his right.
Late shot clock. Bridges had it slapped away. Washington was the one to jar it out of his grasp. Rolls out with 3 seconds on the shot clock. And that's all that Georgia's going to have to work with. Lance Ware checks back in for Kentucky. Tshiebwe to the bench. But yeah, there is a difference. It feels like Georgia operating often late shot clock offense. Meanwhile, Kentucky's getting a bucket in a blink of an eye on their possessions to start this second half. Bauman got fouled and he's at the free throw line. So maybe an opportunistic sequence for the Bulldogs.
The first mistake is letting him catch it that close on the cut. Got to try to deny that. The second is can't bail the shooter out. Keep those arms straight up. Can't be leaning over.
Bauman hit his 2 prior free throws today. And Oscar Tshiebwe back into the game.
Yeah. Enough time to get a cup of water.
The art of deception.
Yeah.
Bauman only 7 of 8 from the stripe entering this game. He's rarely been at the line this year. 5-point game. Washington, pulls up beautifully, just in rhythm on that end of the floor. 15 points for the freshman.
It will be hard pressed to find a better 2-man game in the SEC than Tshiebwe in the pick and roll with Tata Washington.
Quindo forced it, and look how quickly this develops. Washington, a blur. Flips to Grady, right to the rack for 2 more. And Kentucky has its largest lead of the day.
I want to see more of that from Kellen Grady. 77% of his shots are from 3, but if he can do a little more of that, it's going to make defenses respect him even more, opening up some more 3-point opportunities.
Eder dribbled it out of bounds, but it ricocheted off of Brooks. Georgia ball. Kentucky with the artist, Ty Washington tonight, looking good.
Artistry is a good description. How about the little hezzy, like, oh, nope, come on back here. I got you to the left. And then you want to cut me off on my drive? No problem. I'll just pull up from 15 feet. Ty Washington doing this point guard thing pretty easily.
Next Saturday, SEC Network, Men's Hoops quadruple header. Couple of games early afternoon, and then at 6, check out Alabama, Mississippi State squaring off, followed by number 9 Auburn against Ole Miss at 8:30. Next Saturday, on SEC Network, also the ESPN app. Auburn has ascended into the top 10, and rightfully so.
I mean, they're a very balanced team. But boy, the must-watch TV part of that team is Jabari Smith, 6'10", 220 freshman. Bruce Pearl has called him the best player he's ever coached.
Woo. And he coached you.
That's right. Yeah.
Man,
I'm sure
you're not offended by that, are you? Timeout, Tom Crean, after Aaron Cook stumbled.
Timeout. That is a 30-second timeout. Stretching forward.
We'll step aside with Kentucky still ahead by 9 inside Rupp Arena.
Where's my camera? I got family in this one. Number 45, Georgia, Bill Norton, first cousin. He owes it all to me. Christmas dinners, eating some cheese grits, throwing the football in the backyard.
There's Mintz for 3. Yeah, I thought I was a little, the all Georgia sweep was a little suspect there. Didn't know if there was any subjectivity seeping into these selections. Are we going to see him on Monday?
That was a good reel by our crew there. I mean, that could be a really fun debate in terms of restaurants and bars and everything else. But
Quindo can't answer. Bridges with the offensive board. And Bauman sticks it. Are we going to see Cousin? Are we going to see Cuz on Monday?
I hope so. I mean, that's why I'm pulling for him. I don't know what where he is on the depth chart, but he's a scholarship. He's a scholarship player, and he's about to get himself a national championship ring.
There's Tshiebwe. Boy, very, very supportive first cousin, Dane Bradshaw. Listen, haven't watched you all year, but good luck, cuz.
Yeah, I'm just an opportunist. Like, hey, sorry we hadn't talked in 10 years, but remember me?
Where do you think you fall on the ticket depth chart right there? Like, are you family that would get tickets for this? It doesn't sound like it.
Well, I do have a little bit of leverage given the fact that I got some FaceTime and TV time just now. So if anything, I'm hyping up the brand. He might get an NIL deal.
Oh, look at this catch. That's 2 shots coming for Tshiebwe. He just buried right through Bauman. Close range catch. He's got 2 coming.
I mean, the quality of his touches. If he picks and pops, he's wide open. When he posts up down low, it's just, you're dead meat, and that's a mismatch. And he does such a good job of positioning himself, and to be candid, using that caboose to his advantage without fouling. I mean, he just roots people out of there.
Tshiebwe, the hard-working junior from the Congo. You gotta love Kentucky sports radio, their coverage excellent. I think it was Tyler Thompson a couple of days ago. He said, look, I'm a great rebounder, he was telling her, because of my soccer background. I played soccer, but I was a goalie. That has helped my tracking abilities. He started basketball a little later in life when he was a teenager, but boy, he has seized every opportunity that has come his way on the court. A breakout junior season.
And he hadn't faced too much adversity this year besides some foul trouble, but Coach Cal got on him with some of those short closeouts against LSU's Darius Days, a couple 3-pointers that were clutch in the second half, and Tshiebwe extremely coachable and accepting to the criticism from what I saw him shoot around today.
Bridges is going nowhere.
Yeah, that's a foul.
It's a foul, though, on Tshiebwe, just a little too aggressive. He was barging right back into Bridges. That's it's displacement right here. Watch this.
I think he took the bait a little bit. He pushes back some. Oh, man. It was the final nudge, but really, if you want to call the first displacement, it's Bridges just meeting a statue.
Oh, boy, that sums it up quite nicely. Quindo fouled, heading back to the free throw line, trying to get this back to a 10-point game.
That was a heck of a shot, play there by Tshiebwe prior to that, or replay. Looking up Braylon Bridges, that's 6'11", 240. And Tshiebwe just
devoured him.
Yeah.
Quindo 64% from the free throw line. He makes this one. He's 3 of 3 today. Yeah, Tshiebwe, not to belabor the point, but I will belabor the point. A perfect blend of just nimble, agile ability, but then physicality as well. And that's what makes him dangerous.
Well, he's going to have to find a spot in the zone. I like this zone decision better than Georgia's first half, where there's a little bit less
deep
shooters.
Launch. That time it's Oquindo who rises past Tshiebwe. Grady just 1 of 5 from three-point land, by the way. Cook with a layup. And there's a timeout taken by John Calipari. This is back to an 8-point game. And Georgia refuses to go anywhere.
Yeah, and this is, again, Wheeler being out and trying to get Ty watching the breather, so you're playing without a point guard, and immediately you get a bad look on the offensive end and bad transition defense on the other end. Looks like Coach Cal is going to put Washington back in the game, as evidenced at the LSU game where, I mean, they just really hurt when they don't have that natural point guard in the mix. Despite Mintz, who played admirably last season at that position.
Well, and he will check back in. Dady's played 24 of approximately 27 minutes. John Calipari was telling us earlier, look, we can't play him 40 minutes. He's going to get darn close to that. He's coming back off the bench here.
And it just changes things. When he's in the game now with Grady and Mintz, if Georgia wants to play that zone and try to make Kentucky stagnant, it's much more difficult for Georgia because of the extra three-point threat that Kentucky has.
Look at that. Bottom right, 9 assists, 1 turnover.
And the one turnover, Coach Cal was yelling at Brooks for not staying put in the corner. So even that one, you could argue wasn't his fault. Played a really good game.
It's like when you're in the back of the classroom, you're chatting with your friend, and then when he responds, he gets caught. Teacher scolds him. Kind of got away with one. No Xavier Wheeler. You just saw him, the neck injury he suffered when he ran into Efton Reed, a hard screen on Tuesday. That was just an arduous battle, a difficult loss for Kentucky. But it's looking to bounce back into 2-1 in league play. This has been a fine start to the year. A stumble here and there against Notre Dame, LSU. The opening night loss to Duke. But Kentucky is a high-powered offense, a vexing defense this year. A major improvement compared to that outlier season a year ago. Up ahead to Mintz, checks the feet, lets it rip. Tshiebwe! His rampage continues. Now 21 points. Here's Bauman. Washington right there in his grill affected the release. Oh, Davion Mintz double dribbled that time. Bauman was wise to spring up on him.
How about the quick impact? Coach Cal makes a sub and then a quick 4-0 run. Tshiebwe just doing it all. A couple possessions ago, gets double teamed in the post, makes the right read, finds the cutter, and then of course his trademark offensive rebounding skills, that went above the rim.
In 8 minutes in this second half, the 3-point halftime lead for Kentucky has grown to 12, and it can further swell after the turnover. Timeout inside Rupp Arena. Don't worry, you missed it. You got the big man coming in.
Yeah, airdrop that Tshiebwe highlight for the folks at home. So good, got to see it twice. Take us to break, Oscar. Woo! Well, it's been the Oscar Tshiebwe show consistently in this game. You want the pick and roll? Look at the big man, he's got you covered. And then, of course, just relentless on the glass. The two-hand rebounds, keeping it high, just a beast. And then shows you the soft touch with the pick and pop. And then, of course, the high-flying highlight from Oscar Tshiebwe. I mean, he's just absolutely relentless. I think he told a reporter recently, hey, don't call me a beast. I'm more like a machine now. I think he's a beast now and a machine. Whichever one it was, you can pick any adjective you want. It's Oscar Tshiebwe.
There's some sort of Terminator coronation situation. I love the Tshiebwe tracker. So 15 rebounds. He's tracking towards another 20-20 game. 20 and 20. Dady's done that 4 times. already this season. 15 rebounds a game, best in Division I. Again, I still recall it was Coach Cal sitting with our friends, Coach Greenberg, Tom Hart. He was telling him back in October, Oscar comes up to John before the year, goes, Coach, I want to average 20 rebounds a game. John goes, I almost hugged him. Right? And sure enough, he is.
Kevin, I said this on
nearly delivered on that, which is unbelievable.
On the Missouri broadcast we had, I hate to admit, I'm about 20 years in terms of.
Oh my, there was Toppin, spring-loaded to the rack. There's a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Georgia.
I'll get back to my thought here shortly, but Toppin almost became a #1 top 10 nominee. Good job challenging at the rim, though. That's 42.5-inch vertical, not quite enough.
I was just trying to prevent you from, delivering your age on air. Toppin that you could see he's.
All I can tell you is in 20 years following the SEC, whether it be a player or an analyst, Oscar Tshiebwe is clearly the best rebounder and most talented rebounder I've ever seen in this league.
Yeah, really incredible. Kentucky record is close to, I think it's 17.7 boards a game. That's out of bounds. It's going to be hard to hit that mark, but 15 and 15 is impressive enough.
I don't think we can overlook. I mean, that hopefully Toppin's okay. It's just a little bit of a strain there. That doesn't bother him too much. They hadn't needed him so much tonight, but he's their energy guy. He's had some huge games. He really single-handedly kept them in it offensively at LSU in the first half. So
there's another.
Toppin back.
And a bucket. 14-point lead for Kentucky. Christian Wright. Bounce pass underneath. That's some nimble footwork. Josh Taylor, seldom used off the bench with a bucket. Georgia needs a couple of stops. That's not going to help. Keon Brooks steps into the 15-footer. That is his game. And Georgia falling further behind. Largest deficit. The Bulldogs were down by just 3 at the break. They've been outscored by 11 in this second half. Quindo with the right hand.
He's really a one-foot finisher. He just finds a way to avoid charges, finds the smallest crease, and it becomes an open layup for him.
The key for Georgia is slowing Kentucky down on this end. Ball doesn't stick. Movement, one side of the court to the other. Brooks got that great mid-range game. Again, he gives the salute to Mintz. He found him.
Really an underrated complementary piece to Tshiebwe in this offense. When you got Tshiebwe running the rim, and he's your trailer who's very capable from that spot, and then into the play. I mean, you back off him to help on Tshiebwe or others, and he's just as lethal.
Past the midway mark, second half. Georgia has to jumpstart a run soon. Eder way off that time. Kentucky in a hurry. Mintz. He draws the foul on Eder, who was aiming to draw his second charge of the day. Instead, that's his second personal. Boy, if anything, it stops a potential 3 in the corner. That was a heck of a kick out by Mintz. So Georgia has a chance. Or maybe an empty possession on this side. Mintz for 3.
I know they don't shoot a lot of them, but when they do, you think it's going in. Mintz, Grady, Washington.
Ty harassing Cook. Somehow finds his way into the paint and spins it off the window. That was a pretty lay-in.
Yeah, but if they're going to close the gap, get it under 10 and have a chance to make a late run, it's got to start right now.
Oh, look at that. Nimble footwork. Brooks couldn't stuff it. He's fouled. And at the free throw line for a pair. Kentucky is relentless on the glass. 7 offensive rebounds. They're +6 on the boards today. The reason why there haven't been more offensive rebounds, they're shooting 70% from the field in the second half.
And that'll be their 12th second chance point of the game. They get 15 of those a game, best in the country. So, look, when you get 15 second chance points, it's just demoralizing for the defense. As soon as the defense thinks they finally can celebrate a stop, this offense just keeps coming at you with that dynamic.
And there is a reason why Kentucky was projected to win the SEC. Now, it's going to be an absolute war, I think, and who's going to come out on top in March. It's going to be quite a battle.
Well, I don't see it being a 16-2 type team winning it. I think it's going to be some 14-4, maybe 13-5 even. Several capable of that.
Kentucky, well-conditioned, well-oiled machine. Washington, everything but the finish. Boy, he threw his head back in disgust at himself, but hey, nothing to be ashamed of. 15 points, 11 assists, for Ty Washington today. That's the second foul on Brooks. There's Coach Cal making some faces. A 17-point lead for Kentucky. They're just relentless. Is there a...
They are. I mean, to me, as you got to be picky about Kentucky right now, and I think the only gripe I would have is Coach Cal had a short trigger with his bench because of their lack of production when they got in the game. So I think the starters, including Mintz, have probably played a little bit more than he would want to so far in this game out of necessity.
Abdur-Rahim. Bauman with the second chance. Now Wright wants three. That's pure. That's Christian Wright, the freshman from Alpharetta's first bucket.
Well, Wright was a star in that big non-conference win against Memphis.
Oh, wow, the blow by Ty Washington. Confusion, they lost him. Mintz, did he get the timeout? No, out of bounds. Well, he tried to signal for the timeout. It is all Kentucky regardless. With 7:20 to go inside Rupp Arena, the Cats shooting lights out.
Boy, and Tennessee continues to struggle from deep. Peter Burns, you being an LSU Tiger guy, just, take the enthusiasm out of your highlight there for this Tennessee guy.
Hey, by the way, so here's Kentucky, Dane, up by 16. Look, Caleb Williams entered the transfer portal. Bo Nix. Eric Lindsay has officially entered the transfer portal. Unfortunate for all of us in the SEC. In all seriousness, the longtime SID at Kentucky, EL, he is soon taking a new job with Kentucky Blood Center. And boy, is it going to be tough times. We're going to miss a good friend. He does an excellent job, not just aiding us, but aiding the gauntlet of Kentucky reporters and media that cover this program. One of the best. We've lost a few here to other jobs in the SEC. A good person, and we wish him the best. And with Deb Moore taking over, nothing's going to change.
We're in good hands,
yep.
But you're right. I mean, Eric Lindsay's a guy I could sit next to in practice, and by the time practice is over and it's time to talk to Coach, I'm like, I kind of got everything answered
Coach, I'm
already.
good.
I'm good. So, yeah, he's been a phenomenal asset to this Kentucky team. And also a big part of the presentations of name, image, likeness that is now part of everything. And as recruits ask about that situation, and Eric Lindsay on top of everything, his game notes are absolutely terrific.
Yep.
Got us anything we wanted at any time. And think about how many media requests when you look at Cal through the roster that you got to balance, and also make sure you keep the players in a position to not feel overwhelmed, yet get them the right exposure and experience.
His email inbox will be thanking him for this career move, but just a resounding thank you to Eric for all of his hard work. There's Deb Moore, who's she's been here forever as well, an exceptional sports information director. Will take over, of course. So cheers to the many. Emily Miles at South Carolina moving on. Adam Kuffner at Ole Miss. We've lost a few good ones. Here's Mintz. Drills it from deep. Davion Mintz having a day. 19 points for the sixth-year senior. Foul on the floor with 5:48 to go. Dane, look at this score. It has ballooned to a 21-point Kentucky lead. in short order.
Yeah, and really, I feel like Georgia's done enough offensively from a percentage standpoint. They've shot the three better than they normally do, 48% from the field. But they have just not had an answer on the other end for Kentucky, and you guys alluded to it. The tempo, getting up and down the court, but make no mistake about it, it's that man right there. Kentucky's got Oscar Tshiebwe and Georgia doesn't. Sometimes it's that simple.
It's just eye-popping. You know every night he's coming, he's going to be down there, and it just happens time and time again. 25 and 17 for Tshiebwe. There's a foul on the inside. But Kentucky, Dane, has just methodically pulled away a 22-9 run over the last 7 or so minutes. Here is Abdur-Rahim at the line.
And think about how humbling it is as an opponent. You think about every coach since Oscar Tshiebwe has really gotten onto the national scene this year that has challenged his team. Who's going to be the guy to stop this guy? Who's going to step up and challenge Tshiebwe? And the answer is nobody has. He's getting everybody's best shot.
I think that was a regular-sized Gatorade, too, by the way. That's he's got those big mitts.
Well, and he uses both of them. Every Calipari practice I've gone to, you hear two hands over and over again on rebounds. You never see Tshiebwe go after it with one.
Jacob Toppin a little strong that time. Georgia, again, worth repeating, without a pair of starters. P.J. Horn was lost for the year. Back in October, Jalen Ingram, their physical specimen, best rebounder, has been out since early December. Look at Washington just rip it away. Lance Ware to the bucket. No Cam McDowell, no Dalen Original. Georgia shorthanded and has been for several weeks now. It was a ball game in the first half, just too much Kentucky in this second stanza. Abdur-Rahim heading back to the free throw line.
Kevin, you wondered how Ty Washington would be able to balance looking for his and looking for others. How 17 and 14 sound. I mean, he has just made the right decision almost every single time down the court.
Just how good? A couple assists away from a UK record, mind you. If you're coming close to a John Wall record, that's pretty good. That's an indication you had a good night.
Yeah, and based on my experience watching, Coach Cal doesn't empty the bench too quickly in the game. I think there's going to be a lot of time, and you see evidence of it right there. Tshiebwe coming back in. Ty Washington may just get that record.
Abdur-Rahim, the son of Sharif, the All-Star, the Olympian gold medalist, with 6 points off the bench today. Transfer from Virginia has shown some pockets of really special talent. There's another strong rebound. Quindo to the rack. He earns himself a couple of more free throws.
You mentioned Abdur-Rahim's Bob Sharif. I think I'd still put my money on him if he came out here right now. I mean, one of the most underrated players in league history for me growing up. You want to show off a throwback jersey, get that Vancouver Grizzlies, Abdur-Rahim, I'll be impressed.
And Pops, he went to Cal. And selected 3rd overall back in '96. Yep, played for Vancouver, Atlanta, Portland, Sacramento for his career. You're right on. He averaged 18 a game for his career.
Had a few injuries, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Tshiebwe setting the screen. Is this assist number 15 coming, maybe?
There it is.
Yep. One more to the record. John Wall had 16 back in '09. Oh, what an outing for Ty Washington.
Well, Georgia's just got to start showing a little bit more resistance and communicate more on the defensive end. These are two wide open.
John Wall, you better get that congratulatory tweet ready. He might have the record tonight.
Even John Wall saying, hey, Georgia, play a little bit better defense. Protect my record. Ty's like, nope, how about a little no look?
Coming up in a bit, Peter, we appreciate it. 20-point lead for Kentucky. There is the latest Wildcat, Shaden Sharp, top player, class of 2022, enrolling early date. He is look at the genetics. He's a man amongst youngsters, I think, is the best way to put it.
Coach Cal's going to be saying, can't y'all just enjoy a 20-point home victory instead of trying to put a little bit of drama into the season's mix? But he is on campus, got here this week, has started practicing with the team. And you know how it is at Kentucky.
Paulie B hooked us up, by the way.
Around this.
Our man, Paul Biancardi, with his analysis. He's been watching Shaden on the high school and AAU trail for years. You can see some of his assessments, the pure scoring prowess. You know, he plays for a great Canadian AAU program, UPlay. You know who at one point played for that program? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Kentucky fans will remember. But he's just got all the natural gifted ability. He's just got to get college ready. That's going to take a little time.
That's right. But I do think the timing of this certainly has a lot of opportunity, which is why they're not completely ruling it out, because you have the benefit of 3 to 4 weeks to see if he can get in the college game ready type shape he needs to be in, gel with the team, without it happening at the end of the season. At that point, look, it's early February, and you would still have roughly 10 games of the regular season, which I think is a good enough sample size to say, hey, you could get him in for 10 games, be tournament ready for the run without trying to squeeze something in last conference game of the year. But Coach Cal, he's going to balance it. He's got to do what's right for the team and the kid. But no question, Kentucky fans are going to ask just about every single press conference over the next few weeks.
I think first things first, they got to get his uniform. I don't think the uniform came in yet. He's wearing the warm-ups. He's brand new, just got here this week.
Yeah, I don't know if the Kentucky fans will buy that excuse for him not playing yet. They want to throw him in now. Let's go.
Again, the top recruit in the class of 2022, and this has happened before. Remember Hami Diallo a couple of years ago? There's Tshiebwe on the and that. Look at the dexterity, by the way, using the left hand. And isn't the next progression for Tshiebwe some of those post moves, just kind of putting the finishing touches on some of the moves like that? Now 27 and 17.
Again, such a soft touch and gracefulness down low with that footwork he developed in soccer, paying off in basketball.
Trying to block that one. Oquindo banks it in. That's now 17 for Kerio Oquindo. An assertive force, just a sophomore. He's got a Georgia best 17 points tonight. I think we may say this often this year when covering Kentucky, just too much firepower. 88 and counting. Remember, this is the SEC's top scoring offense. Oh, just a major rejection. Tshiebwe batted that one out.
Well, this is why Coach Cal loves this team. They play to the finish. They don't play the scoreboard. Tshiebwe with the block. Ty Washington with the hustle as if the game's on the line. We love the maturity of this team.
He wants the 18-footer. Little out of range.
We are on record-breaking watch. As a reminder, Ty Washington just one away from John Wall's assist record. He's got 15. Wall had 16.
On a night in which he took the reins of the offense in a sense, there's Oquindo with Xavier Wheeler out. John Calipari mentioned this. It's an opportunity that Tyrese Maxey, that Jamal Murray had in the past. A little more natural two guards, getting the chance to run the offense a bit as the one. Boy, Cook picked Washington's pocket, but he couldn't cash in.
Well, here's your chance.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been the record.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Congratulations to Ty Washington. 16 assists, ties the program record.
Tshiebwe would have had to buy dinner for the next 10 nights if that would have been the way he didn't get it. Oh, my goodness. I think Ty knew what was up. Got the extra dime. Tshiebwe says, my bad. He's like, yeah, I know it was your bad. You're lucky that thing bounced to me, but he gets the rebound and the assist. 17, 16, and 5. Even with that said, I'm not sure Wheeler has anything to worry about. They now have depth at the point guard spot. No question about it.
One of those odd scenarios. You got two players. They got to stand, at the top of the podium together. And one more possession here if Ty wants to knock John Wall down a level. And Georgia with plenty of fight, especially in the first half, going to fall short today. They've got Mississippi State coming up next and Vanderbilt. Opportunities to continue to improve. A roster of 10 newcomers this year. 30 seconds. Washington to Tshiebwe. 17 assists.
Bravo, Ty Washington, a thing of beauty. He was a magician this evening.
Quindo for one more. He's going to finish with 22. And Kentucky steamrolling to another win. That arduous, grueling loss down in Baton Rouge a couple of days ago. And they bounce back nicely. (92-77) the final score. Washington with a double-double. Tshiebwe a double-double. 4 Wildcats in double figures. And they surge in that second half to a win.
And here's the record-breaking assist. You can't help but take your hat off and a round of applause for this young man. And of course, the sure-handed Tshiebwe says, I won't let you down this time. I'll help you break the record. Congrats to Ty Washington. Incredible achievement.
Kentucky, 12 straight home wins.
And with the last assist,
They're 199-17 in this building under John Calipari. That's 92% of those games they won. Impressive outing. Glad you joined us tonight inside Rupp Arena. For Dane Bradshaw, producer Lori Privatera, director Dennis Lanius, I'm Kevin Fitzgerald saying so long from Lexington. Big win for the Wildcats. Let's go to the studio now with Peter Burns and Pat Squared. Pat Young, Pat